We have 4, right? What do we need to do with this 4?
Distribute a factor.
Yes. All the way across to all the terms?
Yes.
Sure. So we want to go here and we want to go here. So how we're going to write this out is like this. x2 parentheses 4 times y3 parentheses 4. Did we split it up?
Yeah.
We split it up. We're going to do the same thing on the other one. x2 parentheses negative 4 times y4 parentheses negative 4. Does everyone understand the first step?
Yeah.
We're distributing them, okay? Okay, next we're going to go ahead and take care of these parentheses, right? So this is 2 times 4, so it's x8. Any questions? Okay, why am I multiplying and not adding?
Because it's multiplication form.
It's
Parentheses.
parentheses.
Parentheses, very good. Okay, so next one. 3 times 4, y12. Next one, x 2 to negative 4, negative 8.
Negative 16.
Yep, negative 16. Y, negative 16. Okay, now, next step. We're going to combine our x's and our y's. Okay? So we're x8 times x
Negative
negative 8 in parentheses. And then y12 times y negative 16 in parentheses. Right? Now we're going to solve. What is this right here?
X.
Multiplication.
But what would it be? Nothing, right?
Oh.
Negative 8, positive 8 goes away. It eliminates itself. Because remember there's a value of 1. If we had no value up here and not all 1, it's nothing. It's 0.
Okay. And
Which we don't write 0. Just nothing. It's gone.
okay.
Okay, so let's go through the next one. So we're 12 and 16, right? By the way, this right here is the number 1 mistake that was on the test for several of you. Okay? Watch this. So 12, 16, what is that?
Negative 4.
Am I done?
No.
No. How do I write this?
1 and over what?
A lot of you gave me answers of 10,000 when it's not 10,000. It was 1 over 10,000. Or you had this and you wrote this. Is that the right answer?
No, it's
No.
1.
It's 1.
Uno.
And usually, I'll tell you, most of the time, 1 goes away in the problem. So, just want to point these out. Okay, next one. Do we essentially have the same thing here? We do. We want to distribute to both terms. So, negative 5, no 2, 2 on the outside. Okay, times T2, 2. We have to distribute the 2 across. We don't arbitrarily add a power to the 5. There is no power to the 5. By the way, we can solve this, can't we?
Yeah.
What's 5 times 5? It's in parentheses, right? 5 times 5.
Oh, 25.
25.
Okay, and it's negative, negative. Remember, parentheses. What's the answer right here?
25.
Very good, 25. Now, what about this one?
You distribute properly because of the 2.
It's P4, isn't it?
Yes. Any questions on that one?
Oh, just like that?
Yes. Remember, it's hard not to put that 2, or excuse me, to add that 2, don't do it. The 2 belongs to whatever the term is inside the parentheses. Okay? Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. We're done with B. Let's go to C.
Peter, do you understand 25? What?
25T4.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anna.
We're looking at the...
And we want to introduce you to Melissa.
Hi.
Okay, go. No, you're live on YouTube. Right. No,
Just that
go ahead.
the negative exponent rule, do I have to apply that before I begin to add the exponents?
No,
No? I
No.
don't do that when,
no, you don't go until the very end that you do it. Like, see right here, 12 and 16? There's no reason for me to put an fraction
until
first,
then.
till the very end. Good question.
Why is there a second?
See on YouTube.
Distribution line height?
I'm sorry?
Okay, so
This
now-
2 applies to both terms. Here's term 1, there's term 2. But our brain thinks this 2 belongs to this 5. It does
Oh,
not,
okay,
it only
gotcha.
belongs to the t. But that's a number one mistake made. Now remember, you guys are going to be in the habit of doing this. Well, technically, this could have been a couple of ways, right? This would have been 25. It's not negative here, right? So you might have written it out this way, but is that solved? No, that's not solved. You can simplify that. So if you have numbers, you're going to solve it. Okay, let's go to this one. I'm sorry?
Can you go over it again?
Yes. Your distributive property of this exponent. It refers to everything that's inside this parentheses. So we split this out just like we did this one. We take the -5, we put it in parentheses. We take the t2, we put it in parentheses. We put 2 on the top. This 2 refers to this and refers to this. There is no 2 on the top of the 5 because the 2 belongs to the t, not the 5. Okay? This is parentheses. 5 times 5, positive 25. Negative by a negative to the power of 2. This part's done. What if it was this?
You would.
Wouldn't it be negative 25?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 times 2 is 4. You only multiply these when they're within the parentheses. There are no parentheses here, you're adding them. Positive 8 minus 8. Positive 12, negative 16. This was from 7.1. If you have a negative exponent, you write it as a fraction, gets rid of the negative. Okay, how am I going to start C?
Oh, I know. You combine 2 and 4.
Okay.
Get 6 and subtract 3.
Yeah, we want to put the negative on the outside. Adrian, was that what you were going to say?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have x2 and x4 in parentheses, and then times x negative 3.
Wait, why did you put the 4 in, not the 3?
Because of positives, 2 and 4. We want to group positives together.
Oh, it's because I can't see the negative. From the negative.
Okay, so what do I do here now with these exponents?
Combine.
How do I write it? Like that?
Yes.
Sure.
No.
Yes.
I read x6.
You do?
Yes, that's another step right there.
Then you add them.
Yep, then you add it. So x6 times x minus 3. What's my final answer?
3.
Am I done? It's definitely not negative.
1 over 3.
No, it's not negative, it's positive. Positive 6, negative 3. Now, if that were a negative 6, positive 3, then that would be possible. Okay, let me see thumbs up or down on this one.
That's simple.
Do I need to go over again? Plot, this is where you want to engage, buddy.
Yes.
Okay, group the positives together, put the negative on the end, okay? So when we group these positives, we're going to go ahead and add them together, 2 and 4. 2 and 4 is 6. We're going to bring down the 3. 6 minus 3 is what? 3. This problem's done.
Okay.
Remember, if you don't have this, what's the value?
1.
Yes.
Also do the young.
Okay, let's tackle this next one. What do we need to do first? A little bit of everything going on in this one.
Oh,
Same
you
thing
group.
there. A.
Same thing as this one, right? Yep, let's go ahead and group those. So we're going to have A2 inside parentheses, 5. We're going to times B2, 5 in parentheses. Do we understand the first part?
Yes.
Okay, who said no? Okay,
Pointed at her.
we're A negative 5 in parentheses, 2 on the outside, right? Okay, now we have this set up to solve, yes or no?
Yes.
No,
Wait, what?
not yet. We have to multiply these out before we can add, right? So let's go ahead and do that. This is A, 10, correct?
Mhm.
B, what?
10.
10? A,
Negative 10.
negative 10. Good. Now how do we write this? What's the next step?
You put the 8 together and
Group the what?
variables.
The positives and negatives?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to write A in parentheses 10 minus A negative 10. Does that matter? B 10. What's the answer?
B10.
Because these cancel each other out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, scientific method. Remember, I threw these in. We had an example that we covered the other day. It's similar to what we're doing here, but remember, sometimes you're going to have to take numbers and convert them, right? For instance, let's say we had this. How do I write this in scientific notation? Actually, let me give you an easier one. That one's still easy, but
Just leave it. Yeah.
so we're going to write 5.4, right, times 10. How far do we move the decimal place? How many times?
3 times.
3 times. That's scientific notation. Do you want to do a negative one? Say yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? Okay, so what is it? Yeah, -4. Good. Okay, let's talk about this one. I have to group these, right?
Yes.
What do I group first?
10 and 2 and 10.
Stop it. What do I group first?
The positive.
What do I group first?
10. Oh.
That's question. Not hard, not hard. What does it matter? Which one does it? Is it like a...
Oh, it absolutely matters. Because if you take this answer and put it to this answer, you just took it out of order of operations. It absolutely matters. Especially when we have negatives.
How did you get 2?
What's this right here? What's this right here? So we're grouping the powers down here.
Oh, okay, never mind.
We're grouping the numbers here. What's 3 times 2? What is this? 3 plus 2 is 5. Is this done?
Oh, that's a 3.
Are these in parentheses?
No.
Is it out on the outside? No, we're adding them together. Okay, next one. Same thing, right? 2.5 times 2. And then 10 negative 12 times 10, 6. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. What's this? Okay, good answer.
Well, I can't see, so I couldn't answer.
2.5 times 2.
Oh, 5.
Negative 12, 6. Can we simplify this problem?
Yes.
We can. What's my answer?
1 over 10.
Remember, we're gonna put the 5 over a little bit, right? Because we need decimal places. Decimal places starting right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that my answer?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, flip over your worksheet for a minute.
Wait, what?
Those questions are very similar to what's on the test. You just need to also focus on these two, right? Just make sure that you're grouping them. Now, let me tell you something.
So what?
Not writing out the steps hurt a few of you on the test. You just blazed through it and wrote answers, and you weren't even remotely close. I couldn't even give you any credit. Right? Don't do it in the calculator. Write the step down. At least I can give you some credit. Okay? Daisy almost had 100%, but there was one question that caught her. Oh, I want to talk about that for a minute.
Oh, I know which one.
Which one?
The last one?
Yes, I want to talk about that
I
one
just
too.
didn't want to do it anymore.
Okay, watch this. What is this simplified?
I don't know.
What's 20 divided by 5? -4, right? You're right.
That was the one I missed.
If you have a fraction, oh, and we actually did this one, that's what killed
And
me.
we're recording. What the heck, Peter?
I'm helping you out. Shh. We can reduce this to 2/7, right? We deal with the fraction first, and then go left to right to the problem. I saw several. There shouldn't be anything in front of the numbers. The numbers should be in front if they can be reduced. Yes?
Wouldn't it be 5, 7?
I'm just throwing up examples.
I thought you were-
It
you were
no, it doesn't.
advising, I was like,
No, it doesn't
that's-
mean anything. So remember what the rules are. The rules are, if there's a fraction, reduce the fraction. Leave the fraction alone, okay? Then go left to right in your variables. If it's negative on the top, put it on the bottom. If it's negative on the bottom, put it on the top. If it's this, it's just 1. Do not write it as this, okay? Those are the #1 mistakes made. All right, let's go through the do now.
Good now.
When is the do now due?
After class.
Now.
It's, yes, it's due now.
What the?
Okay, how are we going to solve this one?
Science.
You put them
Oh,
together,
no,
you
never
put
mind.
5
I thought
times
it
1.5.
Like-
Group your numbers, group your variables.
Like E.
Same thing on this one, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Distribute properly.
yep. Break it out in separate parentheses. 5 times 2, 5 times 2, right? -5, 2. Write those out, add them together. Remember, when you're adding, if you're negatives and positives, group your letters together. Group your A's, group your B's. What happens if you have numbers? Group your numbers. If you have your bases, if you have 3's and you have 5's, group your bases together. Okay? Because you can't simplify those. That's about it. Is there any questions?
No.
Is there any of these I should go over again? We're solid, ready to go?
Yes.
Probably not.
Well, you got an A on the last test, so hopefully,
did?
hopefully you duplicate yourself.
Oh,
Okay. So what can you do to help yourself on the test?
Watch the video.
I know, huh?
Yes. If I were you, I can show it to you if you'd like. You got a 90%.
Another 10%.
7-1. Just remember, right? This doesn't exist, right? What is that?
I have no idea.
Come on. This is just this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, something is always over 1 unless everything's to the top of the fraction. We don't write it like this. That doesn't exist in math. If it's on the top, it's a numerator. There is no denominator.
That was confusing me with the line right
Said the one to put the line there.
there.
Okay. So I told you who was on the makeup for Friday, right? So you want to focus on this one. You want to make up that test before I send the grades out. Okay? Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Cameron?
So do you actually want us to like solve a bunch of actual numbers, like really solve it?
Yes. If you're getting to anything like this, I want you to go ahead and solve it.
Like #1.
You have numbers all together, right? You can solve it.
Like #1 you want us to solve.
No, I just want this. Sorry, I should have wrote that out. I just want this in scientific method. Okay. That's it.
I'm sitting at it.